All right, guys, and we have arrived at the final volume. So I reviewed Venomnibus Volume 1, I reviewed Venomnibus Volume 2, and now we're going to finish up with 3. And at the time of me recording this, this is the final one that they have released so far. They are releasing a Donny Cates Venom Omnibus, which is very good. I've read it all, and so I do recommend that. But let's talk about the final volume for the original 3 Venomnibus. And this is, you know, again, just kind of like a bunch of series in one with one long-running series. So we have Peter Parker, Spider-Man 9 and 10, and 12, I believe we have some of it. We have Nova 16 and 17, Amazing Spider-Man 12, Spectacular Spider-Man 2003 version, because there's so many Spectacular Spider-Mans, issues 1 to 5, Venom 2003, 1 to 18. This is its first kind of long-running Venom series out there. We have Venom vs. Carnage, which is a 4-issue series. We have Marvel Knight Spider-Man, 7 and 8. And then we have Sensational Spider-Man, 38 and 39, which is basically the Back in Black saga for Peter Parker. And then we have some, like, little things from here and there from, like, Fantastic Four, materials from Spider-Man family. They're really not worth talking about. Anyway, getting all that out of the way, is this volume any good? Well, you saw my review of Volume 1, which I enjoyed despite its, you know, silliness. But you also saw my Volume 2 review, and that wasn't quite as nice. So this one is weird, I have to say. So the first few issues, you know, you just jump around a lot. It feels much more like a Spider-Man omnibus than a Venom omnibus at this point. And Venom just kind of randomly appears, like, in the Nova issues, and you're just like, so, like, 85% of this issue is Nova, and then Venom's just like, yo, what's up? And then he's out. It's weird. It's weird, to be honest. Luckily, though, we finally get into Eddie's story of finding out that he has cancer. So this is during the Spectacular Spider-Man 2003 run. And this really, really helps Eddie grow in a different way. And though I didn't love the retcon of how or when he got the cancer, I did enjoy that storyline. I thought they handled it maturely, at least for this comic book. And also, I really felt emotional in a lot of ways. Also, I love the art in this. I know it's not for everybody, but I think it's really cool and different, and I enjoyed that part of it. So yeah, overall, this is, to me, the strongest part of this omnibus, even though it's 5 issues, even though it's heavily focused on Spider-Man, we get a lot of great Eddie and Venom moments here. So then we get into the main Venom run, the 18-issue run, and I have to say the first arc is pretty fun. It's basically The Thing, if you've ever seen the movie The Thing, the horror movie. It's basically that kind of redone. It's not as good, but it's still pretty fun, and it's a, you know, can we stop this monstrous creature Venom himself? So I like that. Unfortunately, right after that, the other 2 arcs that come right after it are just absolute horseshit with convoluted plots and just kind of just introducing special guest stars like Wolverine and Spider-Man to sell issues. It just feels super badly done. I can't put it any other way than the execution was just awful for the final 2 arcs, and I was so glad, put it this way, I was glad that I had a Mark Millar story coming after this, so you know we were not doing good there, but you know, that's kind of just Daniel Way for me in general. I just don't like his writing. Anyway, moving to the Mark Millar stuff, which is the kind of Marvel Knight saga for Spider-Man, and who else than to grab Mark Millar, the edgiest writer around. And you know what? This wasn't awful, but it also wasn't that great. In fact, I think the problem with this is that it's just everybody feels really unlikable, especially Venom in this one. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but basically there's a new Venom in a sense, and yeah. It's not much more to say that. He doesn't last long. Anyway, we finish up this with the Back in Black, kind of, you know, the era where Peter Parker is out in the Civil War saga, and unfortunately Aunt May gets shot, and he's kind of just really edgy at this point, but it works actually here. I felt they had some human level for Peter of not wanting his aunt to die, and I actually felt sad for him because I was always against that storyline. I always wanted Aunt May to pass away, and she actually says that here in a really interesting way of just let me go. You know, how many good years do I have? You cherish your moments with MJ and grow old. So I think it was more the writer kind of pissed off at what Marvel was about to do with One More Day or Brand New Day, whatever. Oh, whatever. One More Day into Brand New Day. But yeah, I really enjoyed that part of it. Unfortunately, right after that, we just get these like little tiny issues of the, you know, the stuff that is horrible, like material from Spider Family and Fantastic Four and Spider-Man stuff. It just ruined the flow. I wish it ended on the Back in Black stuff. But yeah, so this is really messy. is the best way I can, you know, kind of say it. I think it's better than Volume 2. I think I enjoyed the heights of this more than Volume 2, so that's saying something. And I also thought that the art was obviously better. This is, you know, a lot of early 2000s, and by default, a lot of the art's better than that shitty-ass 90s. But I will say that I still think it's messy as hell. If you're going into this with wanting just like a single storyline of Venom, unfortunately, Venom doesn't really get that till ever. No, I'm just kidding. He does get it actually with Rick Remender's run, and then he also gets some in the Cullen Bunn run, and then of course Donny Cates's in the current run. So yeah, now Venom is kind of thought of as he can run his own long-running series. Unfortunately, his first long-running series here is not great, as I said. With Daniel Way at the helm, it is just ugh. Anyway, what would I rate this? Well, I'm gonna have to go with a 2.5. I don't think I can give it any higher. Even though I like some of the art in here a lot, and even though I think that some of the story ideas are good, and I generally think that Spectacular Spider-Man is a really good series for Eddie and Peter Parker, and I like the Back in Black stuff, the rest of it is borderline okay to pure garbage. I didn't even talk about Venom vs. Carnage, but the less I say, the better. So overall, is it worth picking up? Well, I think it's like $200 now online, so no, it is definitely not worth picking up for that price. But if they do re-release it, and if you are a Venom fan, what's cool is that if you collect all three of these, you pretty much get all the Venom stuff all the way to like 2006, and that is pretty awesome. Saying that, unfortunately, a lot of it is not that great. So I'm giving this a 2.5 out of 5. It's like decent at best, and that's coming from a person who likes Venom, but I can't honestly give this any higher. I don't think it's worth it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, it would be awesome to just hit me with a like. That means a lot to me. Comment what your favorite Venom stories are, or if you have this Venomnibus volume, what did you think of it? Did you think it was great, or did you think it was trash, or did you think like me where it's just messy and it was okay at best? Let me know below, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.